guys, it's Kim. It's week 9. I can't believe you guys have been watching us for over 2 months. That's crazy. But thanks for tuning in. This week we're talking about family. And so my family structure is that Jake and I are still just dating. We've been dating for about 2.5 years, but we don't live together yet. We're not married yet. I still live at home with my dad, and Jake still lives at home with his parents. And ever since Jake and I started seeing each other again, we've been talking about getting married and moving in together and having family. Right away we started talking about that. But really, honestly, before we started seeing each other again, I never really wanted to get married or have a family or anything. It just wasn't really something that I thought about. I saw my parents go through a really nasty divorce, and most other couples that I knew were divorced or broken up, and marriage was just not something that I ever really wanted for my life. And then all of a sudden he walks back into my life, and right away it was like it hit me that I wanted to spend the rest of my life with him. He's the one, and he makes me really happy, and he's the first person that I honestly think that I could really stand for the rest of my life. So we have been thinking about it and talking about it. We definitely want to get married someday, but probably quite a while down the road, maybe in about 5 years. That would be my plan. As you know, if you've watched my previous videos, I'd love to marry him in 5 years. I definitely want to move out soon and move in with him, but and I really am interested in having a family with him. I know that we talked about it before, and Jake was never really interested in having his own biological children, simply because he can't father a child, and that really bothers him and makes him sad. So he was like, if I can't have my own kids, I don't want any kids at all. But I, on the other hand, as long as I can remember, I've really been interested in adopting. Even just as a single parent, I just always felt like I really wanted to adopt children, or a child. I don't know necessarily more than one, but I just feel like I never ever had that desire to have my own kids out of my own body. I don't know, it freaks me out, and I don't want to do it. But I feel like there's so many children out there who need families and need parents and someone to take care of them, and I would love to do that and give a child a home, especially a child who is not necessarily born in the U.S. It really intrigues me, and it would make me really happy to give one of those children a family. So I really am interested in adopting kids. I don't know that it's something that's in our future or not. I know that Jake is not really interested in the idea, but I feel like right now we're both at a place where we're still pretty young and not interested in growing up and having responsibilities. So who knows, later in life we might be at a different place in our lives and we might be interested in adopting. But I know that's something I'm really interested in. I actually was kind of a little bit sad in the beginning, because when Jake chose to start testosterone, he told me that he couldn't really, there's not even a possibility of having his own biological children at that time. Apparently you can freeze your eggs or something, I don't know, and use them later and have babies with them. I don't know if it's possible to use his eggs and then put them in my body, and then I have the baby with someone else's sperm donation. I don't know if that's a real thing that can happen. Is it? I don't know. Maybe I should research it. But if that was ever a possibility, I would have really, really loved to do it, because then it still feels like it's our biological child, his genes, and I carry it and have the baby out of my body. It would be great. How awesome would that be to have our own kids? But once he started T, then that was not really an option anymore. And it's we never really got a chance to discuss it and be like, well, hey, maybe this is a possibility. Could we at least talk about it? But it really is totally his decision, and I get it. And I don't know that I would necessarily want to carry a baby anyways. Like I said, giving birth, it just doesn't, I don't know, doesn't seem like a thing that I want to do. But so yeah, I just was really interested in talking about this topic, because a lot of the other couples on this channel and a lot of other couples out there are in a really different place in their lives. They're married, or living together or having a family, or maybe they already had a family and children of their own, and then someone in the relationship transitioned. So I just thought that that was a really interesting topic to me to talk about the different family structures among the trans or LGBT community, and just to kind of get some insight on that and some different perspectives. But I don't know. I am definitely interested in marrying Jake and starting a family down the road. I'm very excited about that. And also, you know, like I've said before, he's kind of started looking into the process of changing his gender legally, because he already changed his name and he had top surgery not that long ago. So that will definitely make things a lot easier for us in where we live, because then we could legally get married if he gets his gender legally changed to male. So that's something I'm really excited about too, and I know it's going to take some time to work on that. I know that he didn't really want to propose until, you know, he was legally male and you know, we could legally get married. So that's something I'm really excited for, and I hope that we'll be able to move in together sooner or later, but financially it just isn't really an option for us now, but maybe a few years down the road. What else? But yeah, for right now we both live at home. I know that he kind of has a tough time at home because he still has to go by his birth name and birth gender in his house, and I feel like that is still kind of upsetting to him. I don't know how he really feels about it, because he doesn't really like to talk about it, but I feel like it would be really great for him to get out of the house and be able to just be himself and assume his male role and not have to worry about switching back and forth. You know, as soon as he walks in the door, it's like he has to become this other person. I feel like it would be huge for him to be able to just be Jake and not have to worry about it. So, but he does come over to my house a lot and spend time over here. My dad absolutely loves him, and he's like one of the family. So I feel like, you know, my family really welcomed him with open arms, and they love him so much. And so I don't know if that's kind of a good, you know, kind of a vacation for him every weekend when he comes over and spends time with us, because then he gets to go by Jake and not have to worry about any of those issues, and everyone's really cool about it. So but family is really important to me. I mean, I've always been a daddy's girl for sure. I have a very big family, although it's slowly dwindling, but I mean, my grandparents basically raised me when I was younger in school. You know, they took care of me every night until my dad got home from work, and I have a ton of cousins and aunts and uncles, and I used to always spend time with them. I still do hang out with them a lot, and I really never want to leave St. Louis because my whole family is here, and I couldn't imagine ever, like, being apart from them. So family is a really important issue to me, and if I didn't have my family to support me through this whole transition process, I don't know what I would do. I mean, it would break my heart if any of them had a negative reaction to it. But everyone in my family was absolutely amazing when Jake came out as trans and began transitioning. Everyone completely accepted him, and it made me really happy. So I can definitely see him becoming part of my family, and I'm excited about becoming a part of his family too. You know, I want to be a walker and I can't wait. But I think it will be very interesting once we get to that point of being married and our families having to interact with each other. I don't know how that's going to go, but so far there really hasn't been any interaction like that between our families. I mean, his parents kind of, I guess his mom has met my dad before, but I mean, I don't even know if they've ever talked or anything. So it would be kind of interesting to be thrown into that situation. But it is something I am really looking forward to. I mean, like I said, he's the love of my life, and I want to become a family with him. So, and I do feel like we could raise a family that would become, you know, an integral part of society, you know, whether or not you're gay, straight, trans, whatever, questioning, I don't think it matters. I think that there are millions of families out there who are part of the LGBT community, and we have just as much to offer the world as any straight couple. So I just want to do my part in showing the world that as well with these videos and just in my actions. So I hope that this video has helped anyone who might be watching it, and I'm planning a big surprise for Jake this weekend, so shh, don't tell him. He has no idea what we're doing, but it's going to be so much fun, and he's going to have such a good time. He totally spoiled me for my birthday, so I want to give that back to him, and I'm totally spoiling him this weekend. It's going to be awesome. So, if you guys have any questions or suggestions or comments, let me know, and hopefully we'll see you all next week, and have a wonderful weekend.